Welcome to your tee time strategies. We've taken another step from our tee time tips, and now we're going to head into a new section called tee time strategies. How to prepare yourself, first of all, before you're going onto the golf course. And then we're going to cover a whole series where we're going to take you out onto the playing field. I call it the playing field, the golf course itself. And we're going to show you how to go about managing your game according to whether you're a 36 handicapper, a 20 handicapper, a 10 handicapper, or those of you that are in competitive golf. So today, our tee time strategy is warming up before we go out to play. So I'm going to go over to the practice area and let's start telling you how a proper warm-up goes, and then out onto the first tee. Okay, usually in our warm-up we start on, I start on the putting green. So once I get out of the car, get my clubs, I head over to the putting green, and what I want to know first of all are the speeds of the green. So as we've talked in our tee time tips, the way I measure my speeds is I go one club head width wide, my eyes are over the line, and my swing has my arm taking the putter back past my right foot, past my left foot at a constant speed. Past my right foot, past my left foot at a constant speed. I don't look up. I want to focus just on my speed, going past each foot, and then I look up and I notice that the golf balls are all around the same area. I walk that off, find out how far that is, so now I know the speeds of the greens I'm going to be facing on the golf course. I'll do that 3 or 4 times, then I go, and as you notice I got 3 golf balls back here, I go into the chipping part of it. Okay, now after I finish my putting, I walk into my chipping. And in my chipping, I take a golf club, just one. In this case, I have my pitching wedge. And again, like my putting, I go one club head width wide. I take my swing, I go past the leg, 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 past the leg. All right? And I stand and I go through it. I go past the leg, 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 past the leg. And what I want to know is how far the ball travels, and again, the speeds of the green. So when I walk out on the golf course, I'm well prepared to know exactly what golf club I'm going to be using when I run into this situation. So now, let's head over to the practice tee and talk about warming up. Okay, now we're standing on the practice tee. In the practice tee, my warm-up is what I call light, long, and slow. And I start with a short golf club. In this case, I'll start with a pitching wedge. I'll walk over, then I'll do some with a 7-iron. I'll walk over, I'll do some with a 5 wood or 5 metal, and that's where I finish off. And I do maybe 10 swings, but this is how it looks. When I set up, I take my address, give my position, and then I go as light as I can, as long as I can, as slow as I can, because I want the body to stretch. And warming up is all about stretching. It's not about hitting. You're not practicing. You're warming up, getting ready to go out onto the playing field. So it's as long as you can, as light as you can, as slow as you can, all the way through. So then I go do about 10 with the pitching wedge. Then I walk over. I grab a 7 or an 8-iron. I set myself up. I go as long as I can, as light as I can, as slow as I can, and I let the body now stretch out with a longer golf club. And you can see I'm taking the swing, and I'm taking as full a swing as my body will let me, so my mind starts to think on how well I can maintain my posture as I go as long as I can, as slow as I can, as light as I can, all the way through the swing. And then finally I walk in and I get my 5 wood out, my 5 metal, and I actually, with the 5 metal, I actually tee it up. So when I get a tee, and I tee it up because I'm going as slow as I can here, so I just tee the ball up, grab my 5 metal, get my position, go as long as I can, as light as I can, as slow as I can, and I let myself go long, because what I am attempting to do is taking my swing, letting it stretch out, get myself ready to go and play golf. When I practice, I only practice after I finish playing, because the game is going to tell me where I need to put my attention. This whole warm-up process, from the putting to the chipping to the pitching to the full swing, is going to be about 40 minutes. So most of us will arrive ahead of time. We don't just take our clubs out of the trunk, put them on the cart, and head over to the first tee. We give our body a chance to stretch out, warm up, and get ready to enjoy our round of golf. So that's your tee time strategy, getting ready to play golf. Talk to you next week.